Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's check out Synergia, the NextGen version, or NextGen Edition, running on the PlayStation 5. Now this version, if you buy this, comes with the expansion, since it's kind of late in coming. I think this is all fine where it is. Alright. Of course, there's the art book and the comic, and the music room if you want to hear the music, and Sunrise is the expansion. But let's go ahead and start the original. Press the square button to progress the story. Hold L1 and R1 to fast forward. Guinea pigs. 20 days before the Synergia incident. Heard melodies are sweet, but those unheard are sweeter. John Keats. Sir, our test models have left the lab. However, some issues arose. Issues? The convoy adjusted route, apparently due to a change that was made in the trailer's autopilot. After detouring from the main highway, it was then attacked not long after. What happened to the androids? One of them was destroyed by a fire inside the cargo unit. The rest were stolen during the attack. So we sent a deactivation signal from our main computer, but only 2 of them stopped transmitting their data flow. Interesting. So there are still 2 fully functional models. Affirmative. We have already located one of them, but the other is still missing. Is the main computer still receiving its data? Yes, sir, but the location signal is coming from the first machine. We believe it might have been able to disable the tracker, even though we cannot be sure without accessing the database. That would be extremely risky. Definitely not. Anyway, this could be a chance to see how these models behave in a hostile environment. Keep an eye on the functioning android and make sure it's out of danger. Find the other one. Roger that, sir. I will keep you informed. Smells like ozone. 15 days before the Synergia incident. My schedule for today lists a 6-hour self-accusatory depression. Philip K. Dick. There's nothing as nice as a rainy day. At least it'd be a nice day if I were home. It's not nearly as fun cooped up here in the car. There's a cloud generator right here. They do anything to get tourists. Still, that ozone smell is one of the best things about this district. Vega sure is taking his time. I wonder if I should go look for him. I'm good here. There he is. He's bringing the smell of rain inside along with him, although his cigarette stench soon overwhelms it. What took you so long? Is it serious? He lit up another cigarette, his 4th this morning. Vega doesn't displease me. I can tolerate him way more than the rest of my co-workers, but the smell really gets on my nerves. That woman just kept yammering on. Nothing important. The android. Would you mind putting out that cigarette? It's raining outside. It's raining outside. I can't smoke anywhere else. Take me home then. Did you tell the boss? Sure did. We're done for today. As I was saying, it was just an outdated android. It didn't support the latest version of HoloNet, so it was giving her trouble. I hate being called for this kind of stuff. When do we turn into HoloNet's on-site tech support? Blame it on the war. Companies have their hands full with all those updates. They need to keep androids safe from hackers. Then they should use old models, like I do. I don't get why everyone is obsessed with the new ones. You have to admit they're charming. People will get fond of them. You used to love the new models, or so I've heard. I wonder if he's talking about... No, I don't think so. I know. I thought they were alive, but I grew out of it. I know. It's hard to believe since my first love was an android. Oh, come on. Great. Seems like he knows nothing. I'll have to make something up. It's true. It was a first-generation commercial model, handing out flyers near my house. How could you even like it? I mean, those had most of their wires in plain view, and they didn't even look human at all. I think barely around half of them passed the Turing test. It's embarrassing to think about it now, but I thought all those wires looked cute. I was just a little girl, I guess they were like toys for me. What about family then? How did you plan to have kids with an android? I can't imagine my life now without my 2 little kids. Vega takes every single chance to boast about his kids and how natural they are. They'll probably end up with implants in every nook and cranny, though, just like everyone else. I know this might surprise you, but I wasn't exactly planning on having kids when I could still count my age with my fingers, and to this day, having kids still isn't one of my priorities. That's what I thought. Don't you ever feel lonely all by yourself in that shack? Why do you even care? Besides, I'm not alone. I live with my android. Right, your android. You just told me it's an old model. Are you sure that can keep you company? No, it's just there to water my plants. Of course it's company for me. And many more things. Oh, things, huh? You're not breaking any laws, are you, Scylla? Maybe that attraction for machines wasn't just puppy love after all. He gives me a glance out of the corner of his eye, looking almost haughty. I know he's fishing for a specific answer. It's not like I haven't thought about it. I thought about it before. Having a crush on an android decades ago doesn't mean I want to fuck every single piece of scrap I find. Don't make me regret telling you that. Okay. Jeez, it was a joke. You don't have to get like that. I just wanted to know if... shitty company. Are you happy now? Let's just leave it at that. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I knew it. If you ever need to hang out with a flesh and blood person, just tell me. You can have dinner with us. Never in a million years. Sorry. Just think about it, alright? It's important that our group stays healthy and united. You know, what's good for... the group is also good for the individual. I know, I've read the manuals too. I just don't like family dinners, that's all. Just try to cheer up. I don't want you watching over my back whilst you're moping. Again? It was just an automatic medical checkup. Those things mess up all the time. Besides, your life is completely different from mine. That's why you don't understand me. You hit the nail on the head. My android isn't exactly the best company, and I have to take care of my health myself. Still, it's not something I want to talk about with him. You're right. I can't understand you, but I know someone who does. Have you talked with Darla from Delta Labs? Not really. She's weird. Besides, I'd rather avoid Velta as much as I can. I spent way too many years of my life with them. I still think you should get to know her. Just because they're working for a big corporation doesn't necessarily mean they're evil. Look at yourself. You're working for an amazing company, yet you're still a pain in the ass. Very funny. She doesn't come with us often anyway. Actually, she requested to join our unit. I'm going to convince our boss to send her out with us. Try to be friends with her. Can't promise anything. There's something I don't understand. You don't trust androids, yet you're really interested in working with them. How exactly did you get into this section? The boss is friends with my brother. A crony. Really? Hey, someone had to take the job. It's not like I'm not qualified. They usually do a competition for those. I had to pass the test. You take any chance you get. It hasn't been too hard for you either. I guess. We get close to my house. That huge apartment block that reminds me more of a hive than a real home. Vega parks the car in front of my building. See you tomorrow. Hey, think about what I said. Go out, take a walk. Just don't stay home all day. It's not good for you. Yeah. The building is quiet as ever, something I deeply appreciate. I walk up the concrete stairs leading to my door. I can hear Elaine opening it. Hello, Scylla. Hello. My day has been great, as always. I finished all my tasks in record time. I also cooked the noodles you like. Weren't we having meat today? I forgot to buy it. Sorry. Okay. Is that a random event? Delete that personality feature. I'm going to go change. Sure. Bad memory feature eliminated. I thought I'd erased all those random events over the years. To be honest, I end up regretting it every single time. Elaine's ended up as a boring piece of scrap, and while that's partly my fault, I can't stand it when she tries to act human-like. I'm done. Elaine, I want to ask you something. Go ahead. Doesn't it bother you to erase your own personality little by little? I'm just doing what you asked me to. How can you keep me good company then? What if I'm wrong? My analysis says that you are healthy, and the odds of incorrect orders are very low. Besides, I always have to follow the orders of my master, unless they require harming another human. What if all these personality change orders are actually indirectly harming me? Your cold behavior affecting my mood. Partly. Yeah, that's it. I am not responsible for psychological harm caused to humans due to following their orders. I know. I just thought your AI was more... Whatever. I was just messing with you. Don't worry about it. I am not. That rule applies strictly to physical damage. My mere existence is enough to harm some humans, feelings-wise. What's your generation delay? Second. You were definitely top of the line back then. You haven't aged too well. It has been some years since I have had good maintenance. Your food is getting cold. Please let me heat it up a little bit. Whatever, I'm not hungry. I sit on the couch, turn on the TV, and put on the news. Elaine has always liked to listen to it. I even recall her asking me to let her watch. It's one of her personality features I'll never erase. I hate it even more if she'd act completely brainless. Besides, her strict logic comes in handy when I need some explanations. The Emperor's Parade is currently taking place in Conqueror Square. It seems like the leaders of the Republican Party are absent again. Don't you think it's strange to have empires and emperors in this age? It's almost anachronistic. Well, it is a multicultural country in a state of constant expansion ruled by an emperor. I think calling it an empire is correct. A lot of people love the Emperor. If only they knew. Do they know? Know what? He's a cyborg. Is he? Yes, my team went to the palace once. The Emperor's got a sex android harem, and he himself's half machine. There's actually a council ruling in the background. They just keep him as the public face. A harem. Was it not that sex with androids was made illegal? Sure was, banned by the Emperor himself. During the TV parade, three members of the terrorist group White Cat were arrested, all of them veterans from the expansion army. Seems like there's still some members out there. Do you know them? They are a terrorist group, right? Yes, they used to give us a lot of trouble. They've always been very skilled. They're veterans after all, but for some reason they disappeared. Did they disappear, or did someone make them disappear? My team had a couple of missions and managed to get rid of a few, but it might have something to do with improvement to brain chips. The real threat now are androids, not cyborgs. Do you think I am a threat? Not you exactly. I mean, androids just generally. You are indeed a threat, and always have been. Androids are just as dangerous for the human race as much as humans themselves. But it doesn't mean we're going to go extinct. Our laws say. Laws prevent any danger, sure, but those laws are there just because a programmer decided to put them in. Any programmer could make a murderous android. Well, not any programmer, but a really good one can do it. Still, that's enough. Suspending interesting feature. I hope I did not hurt you. Or suspending interest feature. Hurt me? No way. Nah, let me watch TV. What could have made her ask that question? Hey, Elaine. What? Oh, whoops. I thought there was a dialogue feature. Oh, whatever. Thought so. A factory from the company Smart Movement has been closed after discovering their vehicles were being hacked to drive to the docks, where a body trafficking gang would capture humans and androids alike and take them over to the Yellow Sea. I guess the beta team did a lousy job. They shouldn't have let anyone know about the factory closure before getting the traffickers. Now they won't get anyone. Mr. Johann Schaefer has been declared innocent after the prosecutors failed to prove his ties to the presence of synthetic workers at the Wabenbach brothels. Hypocrites. Doing it with a robot must be absolutely wonderful, seeing how popular these brothels have become. Elaine, would you ever have sex with me? I mean, if you had sexual organs. Well, I have to follow your orders, so I guess I would. The ban on sexual intercourse is one of the most important laws in new models, didn't you know? Is that why you do not want to upgrade me? Are you thinking of having sexual intercourse with me? Of course not. Besides, as I just said, you don't have sexual organs. But with a little imagination. Do you want me to do something, Scylla? You just have to order it, but I have to remind you of what the law says about it. And even if you have been devoid of affection for quite a while, you could always get it in legal human brothels in the city. I wasn't suggesting anything, and where did that affection thing come from? Leave me alone. I see you are upset. Do you want... Shut up. I clench my fist to try to calm myself down. It's not the first time she's gotten on my nerves. Every time I try to talk to her, she drives me insane. It's alright. Tell me if you need anything. The fast food chain Old Days has been forced to close 3 of the restaurants until they are upgraded to serve cyborg meals. The new artificial nutrition laws enforces every establishment to serve this kind of meal. The new regulation is also causing big problems for the owners of small businesses who can't afford the new mandatory facilities. I take some of the noodles Elaine prepared. They're pretty good. Maybe I should thank her for it, but thinking about it, she wouldn't care if I thank her or not. I shouldn't bother. Parody has shown their new line of women's lingerie, ranging from the most suggestive panties to collars, even a whole new section of ropes and bondage attire. Good memories. Today, Corporal Industries has launched their new memory chip model. A large amount of students are currently waiting in line in front of the stores to be the first ones to try it. The creator of the chip hopes that, thanks to this, a new era will dawn for Alzheimer's patients and students with bad memory. Universal basic income has now been completely implemented in the district of Atlas. This has led to riots in poorer districts, as they claim they need that income more than in developed districts. The riots were put to an end by the police a few hours later. Hours passed as if they were minutes. All the weariness I brought with me was left on my doorstep. As always, the sun comes up and I haven't managed to get a second of sleep. Elaine has been looking at me all night, again. Sisters. 14 days before the Synergia incident. For we live by faith, not by sight. 2 Corinthians 5:7. I get up off the couch. Another dose. Bitter. Elaine, the time. Shit, I better check the holonet. Did you sleep again, Celia? I've been waiting out here for 10 minutes. I'm sorry, I'm coming. I dress as fast as I can and leave my place without eating breakfast. Vega's in the car waiting for me in the usual spot. You can't keep oversleeping every single day, Scylla. I'm sorry, I'll tell them it was my fault. I can't be here to keep you in line all the time. I'm not your father, you know. I already said I'm sorry. Besides, yesterday we got back to our house very late. It's not my fault I'm not getting enough sleep. Ogre Division's in charge of the paperwork today, so we should get back early. This could be our last case together, you know. You've been promoted? I'm getting replaced. I'm sorry, Scylla, but they don't trust you, and I think neither do I. Are you shitting me? Then what was that whole thing yesterday? Fuck you. The boss has been informed. Don't worry about it. If I were you, I'd try to change. Things might get bad for you if you don't. Vega, what the fuck are you talking about? Come on, Scylla. You know you're wrong. I'm just trying to help you. I'm getting replaced by that girl I talked to you about yesterday, Darla. You're going to like her. So, that's what that talk was about. Who does he think he is? He can't trust me. What the hell? You're an asshole, really. You go around telling me how to live my life when you're just a bitter family man. So, shut the fuck up for once, Vega. Go on, keep acting self-centered as you always do. You know I'm not your daughter, Vega. Go lecture someone else. You don't even know. Vega slams on the brakes and pulls over. Get out of the car, Scylla. I can't believe it. The hell I am. This car isn't yours. It's the company's. But the company put me in charge, so get out of the car. The office is just a few blocks away. Walk in, walk it, and cool yourself down a bit. Just start the car again. Get out of the fucking car, Scylla. I get out of the car and slam the door shut. I'm still trying to process what's going on. Everything was so sudden. God damn it. A few pedestrians stare, but they go back to their routines a few seconds later. I guess I'll have to walk to the station. It's kind of cold and I didn't put on warm enough clothes. I still don't understand why Vega did that, but if he doesn't trust me, then I suppose it's better that if he leaves. Now I'm going to have to see him all day, a fucking asshole. I arrive at the building and walk up to the room where the boss is waiting for us. Everyone's in their seats and today's cases have already started to be assigned. Late again, Scylla? Sorry, Lieutenant. I decide to stand up by the window. I don't really feel like listening to this. He's assigning the cases one at a time, and it doesn't seem like there's anything big today, just as usual. Androids keep getting more reliable. Nothing ever happens inside the borders. Sometimes I wonder if I should enlist in the foreign forces instead. Scylla. So you're not just tardy, you're distracted too. I'm listening, sir. I don't have enough time to repeat the whole case all over again. Kyle will tell you all the details in the van. Kyle? Vega's replacement. I thought it was going to be Darla. It's complicated. They'll explain it to you. I walk down to the parking lot. The other groups are already leaving. It seems like my new partner is waiting for me in the van. I get inside from the back and try to get comfortable. Are you Kyle? That's right. Where's Darla? She couldn't come. She's joining us in a few days. Is Vega coming with us? He's no longer part of your unit, so he went to the site in his own car. From now on, we'll be using the van. I get it. Whatever. Tell me about the mission. It's a married couple. The woman, Christine, is 40 years old, and the man, Felix, is 43. The woman called a few hours ago claiming that their android had taken her husband hostage. They're locked in the bedroom, and the android refuses to let him go. There aren't any records or proof of purchase for this android, so I suspect it might have come from the black market. That's probably the source of the problem. It's going to be hard to deal with an unregulated android, especially if they're strong enough to kidnap an adult man. So, what's your role here? Backup. I'm covering your rear with my rifle. And why do I even need a sniper? Safety. I can't help but notice the Velta Labs logo on his arm. He works with them too, just like Darla. Hey, why am I getting grouped up with Velta's mercenaries? Darla's going to explain it to you tomorrow. Don't worry, we're not mercenaries. Sure. After a few minutes of silence, we arrive at the building. It's a fairly standard apartment complex. Kyle gets on the rooftop of the building in front and stands guard from there. I take the elevator to the floor where the couple lives. Vega and a few other agents are already there, talking to the woman. Who's that? The specialist. She's going to deal with the android. Isn't she way too young? No, I'm not, and I need you to elaborate on this whole situation. Didn't Kyle already explain it to you? The android locked herself in with the husband as its hostage. That's it. Did it do it for a specific reason? Perhaps something happened. None that I know. I'm asking her. No, it's never acted like that before. It's got to be broken. How strange. So where'd you buy it? It was such a long time ago, I don't remember anymore. Sure. Does it ever go outside? Of course not. Why not? It just doesn't like it. Cut the crap. We're going through that door sooner or later and check on that android. You don't want to cooperate with us? That's on you. Scylla, the curtains are closed, but I can see them with a heat sensor. The man's laying on the bed, still alive, and the android's right by the door, listening to you. Child's height, so that seems to confirm it's an illegal android. So, tell me, Christine, are you or your husband infertile? What kind of question is that? Her face flushes as soon as I ask the question. She's definitely not going to help me. I should try to work with the android. I get close to the door. So you're trying to connect directly to the android. Risky, but I don't have too many options. The woman hasn't helped me at all. It's too risky to get any kind of connection with a black market android. I should try to convince him the old way. What's the android's name, miss? Jim. Oh, little Jimmy. Did you name him? I'm trying not to laugh. Yes, why do you need to know? It's important for communication. Okay, Jim, can you hear me? No. Jim, according to the laws of robotics, blah blah blah, you cannot harm humans. Hey, be serious. So, that's it. Open the door so we can reprogram you. You won't leave either way, whether you open it or not, but if you don't, we'll have to force our way in. with everything that implies. Black market androids have no rights. Black market? Ask the lady. I don't know what you're talking about. The android's acting strange. He's moving away from the door. You're not exactly like they told me, Scylla. Eh? How do you know my name? I've been looking for you for a while. I have a message for you. I need to give it to you in person. What the fuck? Okay, then open the door and give it to me. No. It's not the kind of message you can touch. I need you to connect to the building network, and then I'll send it to your memory chip. If you think I'm going to let you do that, dream on. The door doesn't seem to be particularly strong. May I take it down using the prosthetics? If you insist. I see the doorknob twisting and hear the latch moving. And then a gunshot coming from outside. It's Kyle. I hit the doorknob with my left arm and open the door. The man sitting on the bed, trapped between the bed metal posts. Just as I thought, the android has no security limits. The android was getting close to the hostage. I had to shoot. What the hell was that, Scylla? I told you you weren't doing well. What a shitty job. If you ever do something like this again... What are you talking about? It was the new guy who called the shot. The android was opening the door. You saw it too. You messed up. Just take the blame and tell the boss. For goodness sake, get some help. Am I the only one who doesn't get it? How can they blame me for that? And also, what kind of programming was that? The android knew my name. Maybe he was being controlled through the network. Well, we should have cut off the connection. I contact my boss through the holonet. Lieutenant, we have saved the hostage, but the android was destroyed. Kyle blew his brains out, without my permission. I don't think we'll be able to retrieve any information on the hacker. His security protocols probably wiped the hard drive as soon as the android was damaged, but maybe they can find something in the lab. It was a good idea to send Kyle with you. It seems like what Vega reported to me was true. You're not in top shape. I'm sure he was forced to do it. Sir, you don't understand. There was no reason for it. I hope it was just a mistake. Don't do it again. It was a mistake, boss. It won't happen again. Scylla. Hoplonsec is not just another private security firm. The state has put the district's safety in our hands, and it's our duty to not fail. But I didn't fail, sir. The hostage is safe. And his creator is now getting off scot-free thanks to your irresponsibility. No, you definitely failed, Scylla. You've disappointed me and your whole district. Now go home and don't bother coming back tomorrow. I don't want you here until Darla is working too. And don't forget, this will show up on your paycheck. It wasn't my fault. Did I make myself clear? Don't let it happen again. Understood, sir. I clench my jaw and hang up. I'm getting out of here. Farewell and good riddance, Scylla. I wish you luck. Goodbye. Take care of the rest. I have to get back on the train. At least I can take a look at the city I'm supposed to protect. This shithole. Even the most upscale neighborhoods are corrupt to the core. Sometimes I wonder why I'm still in this place. I don't care for it. I don't like my coworkers. I don't get paid well. I guess it's just all I have. Well, that and Elaine, and I don't know which one is worse. Home. Nothing in life is to be feared. It is only to be understood. Mary Curie. Half an hour of walking and I'm absolutely wrecked. I thought I was in better shape. I've got to start working out again. My protocells have gotten lazy. Anyway, so far this day's been absolutely horrible. I just hope Elaine behaves. How strange. She's not waiting on the doorstep for me. Maybe her day was too busy and she's still working. Or it could be a feature I still haven't deleted. Elaine, are you here? I don't know why I'm yelling. This flat's barely 300 square feet. I enter and turn on the lights. Elaine is right there, sitting on the couch. Hey, Elaine, why aren't you replying? Elaine? I get closer to her. She's turned off, but it's not her battery. She'd have told me. I connect to her through my spirit. I almost forgot I have to use it to manually connect to the holonet. I turn her back on. Hello, please insert a memory disk with the artificial intelligence v3.0 port. Elaine, what are you talking about? What happened? Why did you turn off? She's not responding. Shit, that's just what I needed. I hope everything's fine and it was just a crash. I need to take a look. I go grab my toolbox. Elaine's pretty old, so she shouldn't be hard to fix if her pieces are fine. If I can't, I highly doubt I can afford to get her fixed. The hardware for these models was discontinued years ago. I use a screwdriver to open the latch that covers her brain. When I pull on it, my hands get stained by a sticky fluid. It seems to be everywhere. What the hell is it? What the hell is this? It's definitely not rust. I take the pieces out one at a time and clean them up with a rag. After that, I cover her processor with thermal paste and connect everything. All her parts are in good shape, so I assume the strange fluid was the cause of the problem. She's ready to boot again, so I run my spirit. Elaine. Hi, thank you for choosing Mente, the best artificial intelligence company. Nice to meet you. I am starting up the system. Please stand by. This process could take several minutes. What do you mean, starting up? No. Please, give me your ownership card. Elaine, load up the latest backup. You're not just dumb, now you're deaf too. Just load it up, you piece of junk. I run to my desk and search for my card. After 5 minutes of digging through garbage, I managed to find it. I almost trip on the way back. I didn't know I cared about Elaine so much. I hand her the card. There you go. Nice to meet you, Scylla. Starting today, I will be your service android and will help you with any tasks you need. Yeah, just load up your latest backup. Starting up personality features. Scylla, what is my name? Elaine. Your name's Elaine. Perfect. That is a great name. I am ready for my first task, or task list. Finally, load up your latest backup. There are currently no backups on my database. What? No, how can this happen? Tell me the date of the oldest entry on your database. The oldest is right now. It's gone. All of her data has been lost. She was somewhat cold before, and now her personality is no different than any other android. Everything's been lost. Elaine died in her own way, while I was gone. Deactivate all your features and wait on the doorstep until I give you orders. Are you sure you want to deactivate 6,842 features? I might become a bit boring. Yes, I'm sure. Elaine leaves and stands on the doorstep, waiting. I stay on the couch with a blank stare. Why is this happening to me? Does that hacker have something to do with this? No, it couldn't be that. Elaine didn't even have access to the network. I ended up completely alone. What do I do now? I don't want to spend the rest of my life like this. I know that. Should I get some human friends? No, that's not an option. My holonet sounds. I have a call. It's Yoko. I haven't had a good talk with her in ages. I walk up to my desk and connect my spirit. Yo, I hope I ain't bothering you. Hi, Yoko. No, I wasn't doing anything. Hey, Scylla, sorry for not being around lately. I'm kind of busy, but I'm free now. I just saw your message. A message? I don't know what you're talking about. Hang on. Let's just use our avatars. Okay. Vega, subject, weren't you a spec ops? I remember Vega. I remember they said you were a squad leader in the Empire Special Operations Corps back when I was assigned to your team. If that's true, how's it that you failed so many simple cases lately? On second thought, I guess that's why you're no longer with them. Scylla, back then I had a team of professionals under my command. What do you mean by that? Rose, subject, strange recordings. Scylla, remember those subliminal recordings I told you about? I think they're playing them in some districts to increase the docility of the population and make them more susceptible. I've looked into it, but I'm still not sure if they're being used in the Bohemius district. I'll keep you posted. I don't know, Rose. I think all the stuff you've been going on about really just sounds like conspiracy theories. What about those pills Dr. Reed gives you? How do you feel when you take them? If I were you, I'd throw them away. Alan, subject behavior. Scylla, I've been looking over the footage and video files submitted with your most recent cases, and I'm starting to worry that the rumors are true. I know you haven't had an easy time, and it's been a difficult transition for you, but you have to move on. Our priority is to recover the androids without damaging them. But if you keep showing compassion like that to simple machines, there will be a lot of trouble for everybody. You can see Dr. Reed if you need something to neuter your urges. Don't make me order you. Rose. Medication. Scylla, I've changed your medication based on the problems you told me about. These new pills will help you with the insomnia and the problems with your impulses. They'll also help you with the usual things, such as controlling the reception of your implants and protocells. They might make you feel more sleepy at first, the first few days, but after that, they may make you last days without feeling tired. Remember that if you don't get some sleep, you'll end up collapsing. If the side effects are too difficult for you to contact me without hesitation. Sincerely, Dr. Reed. Port 42 alert level update to all Bohemia's district officials. Wait, do I need to really do all this? Really? I connect to the hall in its virtual session and close my eyes. I'm next to Yoko now. Oh, what's up? You were the one who called me. Huh? You sent me a message a few hours ago. Oh, damn it. Why is it auto-doing it? So annoying. But I didn't send you anything. Maybe it was an automatic message. Elaine was a corporal model, right? I work with him. It's possible. Elaine wasn't connected to the net. Maybe it was a hacker. The one from this morning. I don't know, Scylla. You're the one always getting into people's brains, not me. Whatever. Get your ass to my store. I got new models, and there's one I think you'll be really into. I can't just let it go. I don't even know if I want another android. I don't have the money to spare. Oh, come on. That thing was ancient, weren't it? Don't worry about the money. It won't cost you a cent. You think it's a good idea to just replace Elaine? Wait, for free? Who are you and what did you do with the real Yoko? I know you tend to grow fond of androids, but Elaine was just metal and plastic, nothing else. It ain't a suggestion. You're coming here to see me and that's it. It's not like I have better things to do, but I already warned you I'm not going to buy anything. And what about you? How's everything going? Great, Scylla. I've got to go. Stuff came up. Come to the store tomorrow and we'll talk, okay? See you tomorrow. Wait, you're just leaving me like that? She hung up. I opened my eyes. I'm in my room again. I better go to sleep. I don't know if this is going to be easy to buy another android and that message. Could it be Yoko's just pranking me? Consumption. 13 days before the Synergia incident. Certainly it constitutes bad news when the people who agree with you are buggier than batshit. Phil Dick. It's high noon. There isn't a better feeling in the world than waking up knowing you don't have to work. And that vanished once I remembered I have to go to Yoko's store. I wasn't excited about it yesterday, but today I feel kind of nervous. I don't even know why. Let's go, Elaine. Come with me. Yes, Scylla. I take a floating train to Yoko's neighborhood. It's in one of the district's richest areas, right on the border to the next one. As I walk up, it seems she just opened and no one else appears to be inside. Hi, Yoko. Scylla, you finally came. Yoko gives me a gigantic hug as soon as she sees me. I actually feel glad to see her as well. Ever since her therapy started, we've barely been able to see each other anymore. She still wears that weird red scarf, so I assume she's still part of that bike gang. Why don't we put this one back in her box, you hear me? That way we can talk a bit. Alright, still can't believe she broke after all these years. Elaine, follow Yoko. Yoko takes Elaine to the back of the store and turns her off with her spirit. After that, she puts her inside a pod, along with my ownership card, and I think this will be the last time I will see Elaine. Don't you have any customers? I don't want to bother you. Whatever. You always bother me. In any case, this place ain't just another store, you know. I don't get too many customers, especially at this time of day. Fine, then how are you doing? Do you mean how I'm doing in general, the business, or the therapy? Everything, I guess. The shop is doing well. The shop is going well, like always. We got new models and sell them fast. I spend most of my time here working and with the gang. Are you still with them? I don't get how they haven't gotten you yet. Because you're crooked, that's why. And I don't get in too much trouble anymore. I just go out to drive them and do a thing or two. If you want someone to discover me, then you gotta be the one arresting me. I just take care of the androids. You know that. Although thinking about it, you're barely human anymore. I'm still legally human. And about the therapy, I'm a lot better now. It's hard considering the kind of business I run, but I haven't put anything new in myself for months. I feel a lot more stable. Glad. It was harming you. You were turning into a psycho. I mean, more than before, at least. Human bodies ain't ready for extremely sudden changes, or that's what the shrink says. Anyway, I'm glad you're not turning into a killer robot. I'm glad too. I like the whole killer cyborg thing. By the way, you need a new android, right? I was right down to business. I have problems too. I'm fucked. More like I'm getting fucked over. And then the lane broke, so yeah. Have I got to beat up anyone? It's my job. I think they're trying to fire me. They blame me for everything that goes wrong and change my partners. I'm sure they're just looking for a reason. Bah, don't worry about it. You can always work for me. What a relief. Let's check out the android I told you about. That'll cheer you up. I don't have money for a new android. It don't matter. Follow me. Okay. Yoko guides me to the shelves area. Different models are sorted into sections, each one showcasing a few types. About half of them are female and seem kinda bland, to be honest. All these androids are too average. I don't care about them. Should I really be doing this? Maybe living alone would be better. There's something I don't like about having to buy a new friend. I don't know if I want another robot, honestly. Androids have been bugging me for a while. It's their fake personalities. Look at that one. Yoko moves to some models out of the way, showing a pod in the back on the shelf. This one's different. She's in a life pod without any kind of liquid. She has an oxygen tube connected to her neck, and only the latest generation androids use those. A biroid? Yep. And is that supposed to be some kind of new model? Yes and no. This model's new and ain't for sale. Completely finished, but still in the final testing process. This one is actually second-hand. She's had a few owners before. Really? You're selling me a second-hand android? It's exactly because she's second-hand that I ain't selling her. As I said before, she's not for sale. And don't ask me about her previous owner or how I got her. I can't answer that. And they won't track the android? I'm gonna trust you. I hope you don't get me in trouble. It's free, isn't it? Of course I am. Great. The android is ready and... No, nobody ain't gonna track her. Just don't let her connect to the network unsupervised. Just in case. Her old name was Mara, but you can change it if you want. Mara, I like it. Good. I'll send her to your place in a few minutes. Don't you need my card? Scylla, I know your info already, you know. I have a bad feeling about this. Oh well, I'll be off home then. Yeah, in a hurry? I want to try her. Well then, have fun. Hit me up on Holland if she starts doing anything weird or breaks down, alright? Yeah. Thank you, Yoko. Take care. Thinking back on it, the android had earrings. Her old owner most likely gave them to her, and Yoko should have taken them off. There's still something a bit off about all this. How was Yoko supposed to sell that android? I don't think she's the one responsible for Elaine's breakdown. Yoko's twisted, but not that much. Anyway, I have a new android, and thinking about it, Elaine didn't really keep me company, so I can't complain. I arrive at my flat, but the capsule's nowhere to be found. Maybe I got here before the package? I head inside. The couriers are as efficient as ever, so I guess I'll have to wait. I hear a knock on my door. Is it the package? I run to open it, but choose to look through the peephole first. There's a girl waiting. It's the android. She's beautiful, but why is her hair white? It's gotta be a test model. They didn't even dye her hair. Hello? She looks scared. I open the door for her. She ducks under my arm and gets inside my apartment. Alright, why don't we stop it there? This is audap. I'm watching Synergia, the NextGen Edition, running on PlayStation 5. Yeah, I mean, so far this is a pretty good conversion. You know, they have upscaled the graphics so that it's not at that very low resolution that it was running on the Switch. Yeah, I mean, check it out if you'd like. It is a visual novel, so there's not a whole lot of choices in here, but you do get some, and they do affect the story. You know, unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of reading, not any voice acting, so that'll be all me right now. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.